Alright guys, I am Joey Animated. I'm sorry. I am really tired. I just did everything I'm about to say right now for at least over 30 something minutes. And just to come and find out that I was doing it on my phone so I'd have a better camera. But then it just didn't save. And I'm pretty pissed. So right now what you're saying is on my camera. I'm sorry about the poor quality, but I think I have pretty good audio. So we're here to talk movies. Specifically one in general. I just want to introduce this new little sum that I'm doing. I will be doing this every time. Excuse me. Every time I watch a movie first in theater, especially, we're gonna talk about previous movies that I've seen before. Just want to talk about, sometimes maybe even some games or something. This is a talk between me and you, and sometimes I'll have other people show up. At least now I'm looking at the camera. Well, I'm still looking at myself. I don't know why. I'm supposed to be looking at the camera. Forgive me. I'm looking you dead in the eye. I see you. Anyways, we're here to talk about Aquaman. That was a movie. You feel me? It was freaking awesome. And everything I wanted. We're gonna talk about everything in sections here and there. Feel me? We're gonna cover things like music, action, comedy, actors, and everything about it. I'm gonna try to cover as much as possible because I'm trying not to pass out. We're gonna talk about the negatives first, okay? I want to just go ahead and get that out of the way. Negatives I have, they are not that big, honestly. Some of the jokes fall flat, of course. That's in any comedy. That's in every action comedy movie, all that. But a lot of the jokes fall flat. And I'm just like, It honestly didn't bother me though. And I'll talk about why in a sec. Another thing I didn't like, or that bothered me or so, was the actor that was playing first the actor that was playing Black Manta, and then the actor that played teenage Jason Momoa. With them, it was I don't know, the acting just wasn't there. The guy, he does good, but he's a little too strong with it. I'll talk about that in a sec. And with the teenage Momoa, I was broken to laughter when it's supposed to be an emotional scene between him and Valko, where Valko is telling him, oh, your mother was sacrificed to the trench people, because he keeps asking, can I see my mom? Can I see my mom? Why does she want to see me? And Valko tells him. And now you got a seasoned veteran actor like William Dafoe. Yeah, Willem Dafoe. I always pronounce it William. And you have an accompanying score, nice strings and everything. Right behind them, it's a good, two really good factors. A nice setting too, so 3. And you got this kid who's his face and how he said his line, and the line itself almost made me just crack the hell up. He turned around to Valko and he was like, does she not love me? Or what did he say? She don't love me or something, but he had a face like this, she don't love me. It's just little tweaks and stuff like that. But besides that, I could get over it. It wasn't this is taking me out of the movie. I freaking hate it. It wasn't like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just summarize the movie. I hope you've seen it by now. Spoiler alert. But man finds. I'm gonna do it really simple. Lighthouse dude finds water woman. Water woman has run away from water world. Water world is looking for water woman. Water woman and lighthouse man get together. They bang, make a baby. That baby is an illegitimate child or whatever the hell of conception, I'm saying random words, he wasn't supposed to happen, you know, between Water Woman and Lighthouse Man. So one day, Water World sends water soldiers to get Water Woman from Lighthouse Man, and she dispatches of them quick. I guess speed it up. Water Man says goodbye to Lighthouse Man says goodbye to Water Woman. Water Woman goes back to Water World. Has Water Baby there to get the throne for Water King. Lighthouse Man raises Water Light Baby. Water Light Baby becomes Aquaman. Aquaman is saving everything. Blah 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 blah. I'm running out of like generic names to call these people. Mira comes, tells Aquaman Orm is starting. Orm is Aquaman's half brother, and he wants to start a war with surface dwellers. That's who we are apparently, because we've polluted and we've poisoned and we've done too much to the ecosystem. This is a nature movie, okay? And it needs to stop. So he wants to wage war. He wants to get out of the ocean, but you know, blah blah blah. So Mira comes, tries to recruit Aquaman. Aquaman doesn't want to help. That guy sends. He attacks first. Aquaman's like, you know what? Okay, I'll fight your war. As long as this ends everything. He goes to Atlantis. He challenges the king. Oh, is he the king? He's not the king. I don't know. He challenges Orm, his half brother, Ocean Master as well. He challenges him. He obviously loses. Gets away. He has to find the trident. He has to go get the trident. Comes back with the trident. You can skip a lot, you know, just to really summarize it. He gets the trident. Comes back. They're having a nice ass war. He stops that shit and he ends everybody. A lot of people. And he ends the war. Becomes king of Atlantis. Boom. Done. See? Easy. I don't summarize movies very much, so forgive me. With the action was freaking awesome. I run out of words to describe this movie. It was awesome, fast paced. I love some of the shots that they give us for the action scenes. Like in one, I think Aquaman grabs somebody's gun or something, and it just gives us a really weird I would say perspective for a quick sec, because it goes to the top of the gun, like the perspective goes to the top of the gun, and you see Aquaman's hand just moving it around and whatnot. I was like, that was an interesting, you know, point of view, I should say. But that first fight scene with Atlanta, that's her name, right? Yeah, she has a fight scene and that is glorious. It's fast paced, like I said, and it legit looks like one shot, but like with the camera moving all around to get different angles, but without like cut it. But yeah, so wow, I love that so much. And the color, wow, I'm still talking about action, I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about the action. It was just really, really good. It keeps you in it, keeps you entertained. So if any other parts kind of bore you, you just wait for a fight scene and boom, you will be satisfied. Like, just about none of the fight scenes, you know, had left me like, it left me hungry just for more, just because it was that awesome, you know. Like, oh, I want to see more. This was cool. This is cool as hell. Like that. Next, visuals. Oh wow, the visuals. Like, for legit, it's just like at this point, it's really like screw space, screw whatever the heck is out there. I'm sorry, I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but this movie, like Guardians of the Galaxy, has nothing on this movie in visuals. I know that's gonna be very decisive. I'm using the wrong words. Decisive. I know that's very decisive. I know that's, you know, controversive. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, I can't think of the words right now. I'm tired. But it was like a whole new world. And because even compared to like space movies, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy or so, it's, you know, it had a lot of colorful scenes. You know, even it being space, you know, there shouldn't be much color out there. You would kind of think it would still be, you know, really vibrant and whatnot, but still. But with this underwater world, and with the way that they explained that it was set up, where, you know, logically none of this you'd be able to see, because most likely, you know, because like the sun wouldn't be able to penetrate that far deep, you know, as they would be to be undiscoverable for that long, that period of time. But you know, they give one little line where he's like, your eyes will adapt to the dark, and basically you have night vision, and this is all in the dark. which is, it's just really freaking cool because I like that they did that, because that just made everything else that they did, like everything that they did was like, how does that look like that? How's that look like that? It's night vision, stupid. It's gonna look like that. Yeah, well, I know it's an exaggerated night vision, but still, the colors were so like extremely vibrant, alive, and it was like, it was jaw dropping, the visuals, like, and to know that this is a completely made up world. You know, like you have to think, how do I want my Atlantis to look? You have to create an entire city, like with Gotham, with Metropolis and all that, Star City. You have basic models to go off of. You know, I believe, I can't think of it. I think like Gotham is probably like New York or something. You know what I mean? They're based off real places and whatnot. And even in the MCU, they're actual real places. They might just add one or two special things, but they're actual real places. So you don't have much fun with it because it's boring as real life and real life places. But with this, you create, James Wan was able to create his own, his whole own world, and it was just, I love the fact that he was able to do that because it was just amazing. It's like nothing held back. There's nothing stopping you, like, oh god, I can't put this here because, I don't know, the Empire, everybody knows the Empire State Building is supposed to go there. You know what I mean? There's nothing holding you back like that. Like, no one can tell you how this is supposed to look. Like I say, it was even better than what's that place called? Asgard. Asgard has a rainbow bridge, but how the hell does that place look so damn bleak? Along with visuals, the costume design. Woo! I'm not the biggest Aquaman fan, okay? You're not gonna catch me reading, ooh, Aquaman. But I know how people are supposed to, I'm okay with him. You know, just like I am with Cyborg. I'm not the biggest Cyborg fan, but you know, I know how he looks, and I'm cool with him. So, but one of my biggest things is like, no matter who or what it is, you know, if I read them or not, if I know how they look, I want that on the movie. You know, if you're gonna make a movie about it, and I know how they are supposed to look, like, there we go, freaking Deadpool, okay? Wade Wilson, what they call him, Weapon X, Extreme. What were they thinking? And Wolverine Origins. I'm not gonna get into it right now. But I'm just saying that's an example of, like, you have a set character design that how he's supposed to look. You know, at the moment I wasn't the biggest Deadpool fan, but you know, as you can see, hold on, things change. That's Deadpool if you want to be a smart ass. But this movie, it didn't even have to worry about that. It actually, like, if anything, it had people going, don't put it in there, it's gonna look stupid. But guess what? They're like, screw you, we do what we want, you feel me? And everybody thought that the Aquaman suit would look really stupid. Personally, I know some people probably still do think it looks dumb, you know, like that green, and people think it's orange. I think it's gold. It looks more gold than orange, but still, it still looked good. And I'm sorry, it made me really happy to see that on screen. You know, like I saw it in the trailer, and I was like, whoa! Mira, you know, looking at her in the comics, I think she's supposed to have a little bit more to her, but like still, you know, that nice elegant green suit that she has, and it still has a little bit of depth into it. It's not just like, ooh, a bodysuit, like spandex or anything. It still has armor kind of a touch to it. Black Manta from the trailer, so I saw that. I was so happy to see him, you know, as he should be, because I was, you know, I didn't think, first of all, I didn't think they would make an Aquaman movie. When they said they were going to make an Aquaman movie, I was like, I didn't think Black Manta would just be in it. But yeah, it's just that when you saw Black Manta, you're like, holy hell, You're glad he looks how he should look. He looks ripped. Oh, he looks like he was ripped straight from the comics and just blah movie. And that's exactly how it should be. So I was really happy to see him. But probably the biggest one I was most happy about has to be Ocean Master. I didn't think they were gonna do his costume because, you know, some people really might feel, because people that have helmets and or like masks and stuff like that have the biggest challenge to portray that in a movie, just because it's like, how do we make this look more practical? We don't want it to look extremely freaking stupid, you know? But yeah, end of the movie, you actually get to see him don, like, he's already wearing the suit, you know, the armor that he's supposed to have. But you see him don the helmet and then put on the face mask that has the shits that go like this. And I was so happy. I'm in the theater like, yes! Yes! Fuck yes. That's how you do it. You just got people next to me, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm sorry. The music, this should be pretty short. The music was, I liked it. I really did. I'm glad that they use like scores with like strings and whatnot, and because they could have just went the generic route and was like, could have used a dun 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 dun, that freaking drums going crazy. Dun, 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 dun. I'm glad they didn't, and they, because, you know, for action movies and stuff like that, you know, that's what a lot of people do, is just bang drums and make the beat, you know, just loud, just to say, like, basically telling you, hey, this is an action scene and it's crazy and you need to be mind blown. A lot of times you don't need that. You know, more subtle, like how Aquaman did, more subtle times. Like, okay, the best example I can give right now is, you saw in the trailer, but, you know, it still had the dun 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 music to it. But in the actual movie, they play more of a subtle, like, strings. And I'm so happy that they did that, because honestly it makes it more dire. And it's calming at the same time. It's like, yeah, this is serious. There's a tidal wave just, and a ship, a cruise, no, that's like a I don't know what kind of ship that is. A big ass ship. It's just yada da 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 coming your way. And, you know, you don't need the that crap. They play it as subtle but really strong, like orchestra piece. I'm happy that they did that. It's just little touches like that that can really separate a movie from a lot of others. You know, all these other movies that's like, again, like I say, they tell and don't allow you to feel it. You know, they just say, shove it in your face, and they're like, yo, this is action. This is incredible. It you know, things like that. Fast paced and whatnot. They don't allow you to, like, cool, take a breath. Now, so overall, like I said, it's gonna be pretty short. Overall, I love the music. Okay. The biggest complaint I have, though, has to be that Pitbull mix that they did. Oh god. I like Toto Africa. It's gonna take a lot to move me away from you. All that, okay? I love that. What they did in Aquaman, I was like, oh god. Oh, I'm sitting in my seat, just Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. I was like, go back to your world. We don't need you in this one. Oh my god. The actors of this movie, they did a really good job. Like, the only ones I have some concerns about, like I said prior to this, was the guy playing Black Manta. and the kid playing teenage Momoa. With those two, it was like the guy playing Black Manta. I don't know. The movie really pushed that he had a hate boner for Aquaman. Like, it was just up here. And I'm just like, okay, like, you don't need to cram it down my throat that he doesn't like Aquaman. He wants to get him. I understand that from the first scene. That's why you did that scene. In that scene, Aquaman is fighting him and his dad. His dad want to walk up with a freaking grenade launcher. And then he had a chance to leave. Aquaman just injured him. And his son could have helped him out and they could have got out. Everything would have been fine. But you want to go and you're defeated. And you see that your grenade launcher did not do anything to Aquaman when you shot him the first time. And he's going to go for another shot. I was like, you dumbass. Anyways, Aquaman didn't hit him or anything. He gets the hell out of the way. The guy blows up the side of the ship. And one of the little, I don't know what the hell it was. It was like a bomb kind of thing. Have fell on his ass. So now he's pinned down and there's water pouring in. So I'm like, how you feel? How do you feel? You dumbass. You caused it yourself. And this is after they killed a bunch of innocent people getting on the submarine. So his dumbass son is like, help me. You can't let him die. I was like, y'all just killed a bunch of innocent people. You asking me for mercy? Nah, I'm gonna save this guy up here. You got this. But yeah, and then it was playing sad music, and the guy playing the dad is the same one from the 100. I'll pop it up here. Hopefully I can do that. I know he can act, you know, he's pretty cool at acting. The son, I don't know, he just wasn't too convincing for me. Like, he was just too strong with anything that they told him he needs to feel, he needs to say, well, he's too strong with it. Oh, your dad is dying, and you gotta be pissed but sad at the same time. I'm not, I forgot what the fuck he said. He's like, I'm not leaving you, oh man, or, and like, I don't know, he was just too strong with it. And then like, every scene that he's in, he's like, you can keep your payment. I want Aquaman. Where is Aquaman? Aquaman. I was like, yo, dude, calm the hell down. Just like, we get that you want Aquaman, but like, you don't have to keep telling us. Like, we haven't forgotten. We saw you 10 minutes ago. I know you still want Aquaman. Even at the end of the movie, the very last scene, he gets his ass saved after the whooping he took from Aquaman and being at sea for I don't know how long. He gets saved, and the guy's like, this is Atlantean tech, isn't it? And he's like, I'll tell you all about it, but first, tell me where he is. And he's still about Aquaman. I'm like, you just woke up from, I guess, a coma or something. Calm the hell down. But besides that, the kid actor, I don't know if I talked about it or not, but yeah, his line delivery was just terrible. But anyways, everybody else? Okay, first of all, I recognized I can't remember, the fish guy. The father that he kills in front of the daughter, the fish guy. You could hear that it was so familiar. You're like, who the hell? I'm looking at him too because it's so much like prosthetics and whatnot that you're like, you're not gonna be able to recognize the actor. Like, good luck with that. If you can and did, you deserve a fucking medal. Okay? I'm gonna be looking this up. I almost pulled out my phone in the middle of the theater. It's like, who is playing the Fishman? I was like, oh, don't do it, because you know people get pissed. But anyways, I can't say his name. Dijon, I don't know, but he's from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's playing in Shazam too, which I was like, what the hell? He's playing two characters? But he was cool. He didn't last long though, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, Patrick Wilson, he was really good as a villain, you know? He was like, he brought like an intimidating force the entire time, while not being like, ha, this is my evil plan, and all that. Like, it was such a step up from freaking, I'm sorry, like, so far, he has to be the best DCEU villain, you know? Because who else you got to compare it to? Even in, okay, let's say the next best DCEU outing was Wonder Woman. Patrick Wilson's Ocean Master, 20, 30, 50 times better than Wonder Woman's Ares. I was like, that took me out. I was like, ugh. I like the actor, but nah, you didn't do this character justice. Ares, he's like, I will destroy you. Freaking swords and shit. And I was like, and generic powers. Oh my god. Generic powers, generic lines. Oh, I'm evil. I'm like, oh god, stop. But this one, it was like you understood what he was. He's complex. That's what I like about it. Sorry, jitters. You understood what he was, where he was coming from, and he was kind of like a Killmonger. You know, he has reasonable reasons, but how he's going about it is just the bad way to do it. And yeah, you know, he never came off as too silly. He never came off as not intimidating enough. You know, like, and yeah, he was like just right for it. You know, yeah, I don't know how to say it, but like he just fit. He fit like a puzzle piece. You feel me? It's like that one puzzle piece that like is missing in the middle, and you're like, oh, I found it. Boop. It fit like that. He didn't seem out of place or anything. And then Amber Heard, she was pretty cool as Mira. I love the effects that they gave her, by the way. You know, with the blue glowing eyes and how they made her mirror water and whatnot. It was, I like it. That was good. The only thing that's upsetting is the fact, not about the movie, but it kind of makes you more mad at another movie, Justice League. It's like, why didn't she do shit with Aquaman? She didn't do anything. Like, she has all this power. She can create all this bullshit. But the most she did with him was took the water away, so he fell. I'm not making this up. Go watch the movie again. You'll see it. He was like, wow. So you can control all this water. You're telling me you couldn't kind of... You're telling me you couldn't at least wish his ass away? And I was like, okay. But I'm glad she was a lot more powerful here. Cause you should, if you watch the movie, you saw what she did to Ocean Master. You know, she like absorbed them in like water. And it's like, whoa, boom. And then she has them in like a pocket of water. So now it's dry. And then she crashes that shit right on top of him. I'm like, yo, that has to hurt. It has so much water that just and she didn't do it. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about Justice League. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, I like how she was in this movie. That was good. Jason Momoa. Hold on. Yeah, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. We already know that was a done deal. That was freaking awesome. It's bro, the way he fought too. The way he was Khal Drogo in the water. That was it. Khal Drogo slash Conan the Barbarian, like just straight savage the entire time. He was just, the jokes falling flat. Honestly, I didn't care about them just because, I don't know if I said this already, but I didn't care about them just because of Jason Momoa. It's just his presence, his enthusiasm for the role and whatnot just made it so much better. And then Willem Dafoe, which is pretty cool. I can't remember her name right now. I'm trying to hurry this up. Nicole Kidman, there we go. She was pretty cool. I'm glad they made her the Queen of Atlantis. She really fit for that role, honestly. And yeah, the only other weird thing was the the whole beginning scene was just really weird to me, because I'm looking at their faces, mainly not Nicole Kidman. She looked fine the entire time, but the guy that's playing opposite to her, you know, my father was a keeper of the lighthouse, lighthouse keeper. Him, the father. I'm looking at his face. I'm just like, there's something off. He looks like he looks weird. Are they using CGI? Like, who is this? I'm wondering how he actually looks. You can tell that you can tell that's not him. You know, at some point you're like, this is CGI. Who is the real person? But yeah, actors, awesome. Overall, though, this movie was just amazing. It was incredible. It was all the good words you could come up with. I'm so glad that I went to go see it in theaters. If you still haven't seen it yet, and for some reason you're watching this, you need to go see it in IMAX. You just make it way better, because that screen goes like this, and you're like, oh my god, I can't imagine. I want to go see it now in IMAX because it'd be so freaking nice, and it will be really immersive too. It was hard to fail with this movie, and personally, they succeeded all expectations. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. We'll talk more. Future movies coming up, past movies to talk about, and I like face to face. Please let me know what you think. I would really want to know what you thought about the movie. What you guys want to talk about next. And yeah, I hope I was entertaining in some way. You guys have a great night. Again, I'm Joey Animan, and goodbye. Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas. 2 days still. 2 days. Good night.